but a lot of uses for it. You can split up pushes. Hey, Ella, you like Wizard, right? You're a big Wizard fan.
Sure.
You can play Tornado to group up all of the troops in a push, and yeah, boom, boom, boom. Suddenly Wizard just finishes them all off.
Wow.
Oh,
I wonder, do you think it's going to be a good counter to Graveyard?
Ooh, probably not. Simply because Tornado only lasts for 3 seconds. Graveyard is a 10-second spawn.
Okay.
It's not the worst against it, but
He's committed all his troops in front of the tower.
Oh.
And there's a log to push back the skeletons on the giant. And I think he gets pretty good value out of that. Ooh, a big zap. This golem's going to take down the furnace and walk behind the tower so that the ice golem will walk forward and no longer attract the graveyard skeletons.
This is a tower, right? Oh, skeleton already defend.
There's zap. And archers will make sure that they deal handily with the graveyard.
Oh, knock him back. Not a push.
Wow. Excellent defense by MiddleSky, and his offense ends up taking down that top right tower. With only 13 seconds to go, I think that was Ash's last hope.
There's no big damaging spells in Ash's deck. No lightning, no fireball, just log and zap.
That was kind of just like a graveyard match there.
Yes.
I mean, graveyard mirror match.
Never really seen that.
And right, now that's there to distract all
Wow,
the
look how close the golem is already in the
a lot of health. And it's still
not getting it. There he goes. Finally.
Oh, but it's getting that last little bit. That was probably more than you wanted to admit that it was going to do, you know what I mean? I think in his dreams, that was a full health golem hitting the tower, but that's
a great defense. Yeah.
I mean, given that golem was already earning his cost the moment he was blocking a miner, not too bad.
The ice golem will actually eliminate these minions here.
That's super interesting. The minion horde actually, when attacking the golem, when it explodes, didn't take damage.
That's because minions are out of range. They have enough range to avoid the golem's death damage. If the golem happens to walk under the minions as they're killing the golem, then the death damage will hurt.
She survived. The longer log that exists now.
Still though,
walking.
I actually think. Oh wow, he chooses to defend.
He plays that because at the exact moment, minion horde's out of the hand, and that's one of the things.
They're still coming. They're still coming. It's still party time, guys.
There it is. Get a couple hits. The final. I love it. The final, like you said, eventually they will slowly overrun the tower.
Here comes the first golem barrel.
No,
they get a stab. And the fireball.
Hey, every stab counts.
It's the cycling, right? You get hit by a fireball, you get hit by a stab.
That's what my grandma said. Every stab counts, son.
Every stab counts.
What's your grandma
What was your grandma teaching you? Exactly.
Thanks,
Christian comes from a very hardcore household.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, what is even happening? There's so many little bodies.
Now that's the thing you're the most afraid of, is something like Minion Horde can actually completely prevent a graveyard from doing damage. I believe with all 6 attackers.
Wow, look at how desperate, and still took damage for it, and still is going to get fireballed.
I mean, Ash has to be careful because again, one tower goes down and that is it.
Fireball. I actually wouldn't even do that because Fireball would 100% kill that tower. It's 229 is the health of a Fireball, so it was exactsies.
You're kind of risking it.
So you're better off actually start going for the other tower because if you go into overtime, you have a lead on the second tower.
But it looks like overtime is not happening. MiddleSky is going to 2-0 Ash.
Well, there's a giant there. There's the archers behind. And by the way, even if you are in Arena 1, 2, or 3, this push is deadly. Giant plus archers is one of the strongest pushes you can put together. Much like Hog Rider plus 2, Giant plus 3 is actually really, really strong. By plus 3, I mean Elixir. You play a Giant, you play a 3 Elixir card, you've got yourself dinner.
I like
winner, chicken dinner?
Yeah, well, just like that.
Kind of dinner.
A bento box.
Ooh, okay.
Winner, chicken dinner. What
a bento box are we talking about?
Has somebody never watched a game show before?
He will not make it. Yep. Interesting that he just chose to use the log there. He just did it.
All right, so this is the hog graveyard deck.
Wow,
Are we going to
that's
see a
the
graveyard?
perfect situation. Oh my god! Have you seen a hog ice golem combo be more effective? That
wiped out an entire army?
Yep, it sure did.
Oh, wow.
Now, here's the thing. Archers are off the field. If he wants, he could always get a graveyard on defense. And the other opportunity there...
Double graveyard!
Whoa.
And the archers that are so good at fighting him are actually locked
onto...
Oh, no!
Wow. Look at how many skills
they just keep coming!
And I think it might be it for that tower.
Just like that.
My prediction right in the garbage can.
Lead the way, ice golem! Oh! That death damage is a little wider. I mean, that looked cool, but what really sucks is that Derek is about to take a graveyard to the face.
Right, and that's
Super
because
sucks.
he has to spend 6 elixir on the right side to defend it. That is 6 less elixir that he has here in the last 10 seconds of the game to try to pull this out, and it looks like
Yikes.
Derek's going to drop the first game.
Derek got shut out. Now, MiddleSky's alternate deck is the Goblin Barrel deck, right?
Correct.
It's going to be very interesting to see which deck Derek chooses to match up against that, because eventually I still need to attack again and take the tower down, but that just wasn't a consideration for him.
Oh, great fireball! Oh, one minion survives, killed by the Mega Minion.
This
This
is
could
gonna
be
hurt.
a tower, too.
This is gonna hurt.
Princess.
Princess
Oh,
is
She
doing
missed
shots.
a lot of them.
The downside of any sort of the targeting in Clash Royale is that she's going to target the closest troop to her. The princess is not looking to hit as many skeletons as possible, so when that very, very deck's out, they can usually do some of the most incredible amounts of damage you've ever seen in a short period of time because they rely so heavily on these high damage, high risk, high reward cards that can usually work out.
Double Princess.
But today, not so much.
Yeah.
That's it. 5 seconds left. It looks like we're going into game 3 here in the semifinals. Derek picking up that one. A little fireball. Inferno Tower right in the back. What a great placement. Look at that Inferno Tower placement.
So focused on not screwing up that you screw up.
Gonna have to play the log here. Unless he doesn't have it in hand, and these goblins are getting a lot of stabs, plus the miner, and that might pull it into spell cycle range.
Oh, missed again.
And the fireball on top misses the Mega Minion, and that might
Yeah.
hurt, but nothing played in front of it. Interesting enough, look at how much damage is separated in these final moments of this match. That might be the nail in the coffin for Derek.
Yeah, they both seem to be making some unfortunate outcomes here. Trying to, like, missing their fireballs, missing their
That
lightnings. Oh,
miner's
no!
doing a lot.
That's it.
Oh, that's
Fireball for the win, and it's gonna be MiddleSky.
Replay, giant graveyard,
The
double graveyard.
Yes, double graveyard, and just look at how fast these skeletons, they're just like, party? I heard there was a party. And they just suddenly all appeared. It's basically what happens when people hear I have food in my apartment. They're just like, hey, just wanted
Neighbors,
to reconnect.
strangers. Yeah.
And
Where you have your bento boxes.
Exactly.
you sort of see how these decks work. I mean, you saw the arrows come down on the left side, and as soon as that happens, the Goblin Barrel's thrown onto the right side to try and get some more damage in, and it all adds up.
All adds up. Spell cycle complete. One of the things, if I may reminisce, next show, Rumham and I will be the hosts.
Okay,
and
and
you guys can be the play-by-play and analyst
Okay.
commentary.
So this game, though,
Welcome
this
back.
final match, Brian RT versus MiddleSky. Let us know who you think is going to take the $2,000 today.
Knight, not as good of a defender as you might hope,
Oh my
but
God.
the skeletons are mostly cleared up by the zap. But look at that giant punching.
Oh, wow.
He just
However-
let the Hog Rider happen.
Yeah, I mean, he was spending so much time, pretty much a +3 trade, right? Like, you should talk about hard counters and soft counters one of these days.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, it's already locked on. That's not what you
no.
wanted, though. He
He
uses
got
the zap
zapped.
to retarget it.
But the giant is already close enough. But look at the graveyard.
Oh, wow.
It's not about the giant. It's not about the Inferno Tower. It's all about the graveyard. And they're still partying. Oh my God. Wow.
Look at the damage.
Okay.
Rocking in the free world. There they are.
Oh, man. Log coming out, pushing back the Hog Rider, the Knight on the left side there for Brian RT. And MiddleSky taking the first tower just 30 seconds. Now, bottom right is in fireball range for Brian RT, but the question is, will he be able to use it?
The question is,
Gonna
he
have
needs
to.
to stay focused. He needs to figure out exactly when during this push that there's only 18 seconds left. I believe that he might be too focused on defending that he's not even going to fireball that right side tower in time. We'll see.
Oh, no, you got to.
He's
You got
about
to.
stabilized, so you got to fire it now. 4 or 5. He has the elixir. He should have it in hand. I don't
Gotta
believe he's
go.
on
Oh,
defense.
there it is.
Okay.
There it is.
All right, going into overtime.
That was
Not
scary.
the worst situation.
I mean, really, every remaining vulnerable tower is about the same amount of health.
Yes.
Whether the 3 crown, the crown tower, or the blue crown tower that is still around, they're all about even. So that's about the best situation Brian RT can hope for. He doesn't have anything too vulnerable sitting around.
He needs to, if he defends this push well, Brian RT has a chance to live through this game. He could even win it on his own next push, depending on how well he defends this push. Notice that he has a Knight, Ice Golem, and Mega Minion that are about to convert. It's about how he uses these 3 cards in combination. I like that. Good opening, playing the Knight, playing the Hog Rider, not in the aggressive spot, and I really like that too. The pre-fireball to try to clear out the archers, takes down the furnace.
Ooh, that shows how much Hog Rider decks struggle to really push through. There's 2 towers attacking.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
and this is a big push for MiddleSky. If Brian RT has the cards to handle the graveyard, he is again in an advantageous spot, and this is a game of ping pong right now. Big log takes down Wow, that tower's at 611, but still, that is not lethal.
Log was kind of icky there. It kind of knocked the Ice Golem backwards into the skeletons, and then it blew up. I mean, I think you still Log. Like, I get why you do it, because you're trying to chip every bit of damage, but yeah.
He might try to go under. I think now's the time to play Hog. Now you have to make sure you play Ice Golem to defend against the Graveyard. Oh, but he zaps it. There's
He's
one.
Just trying to buy time. It looks like that's not going to be it. The tower goes down, and MiddleSky taking game number. So close. So close.
How many
action movie
times?
stop right there, though.
He's like, die. Skeleton Army, fun. There's a great defensive card right now. We've seen it used against Graveyard, against big bodies, against keeping a huge counter push coming against you.
Great against Hog Rider.
Great against Hog Rider. Man, Skeleton Army.
Now, here in Double Elixir is when Brian RT's deck is going to start looking real good. Because as we mentioned, there's not a lot of things that actually stop, especially not in this deck, that stop the Three Musketeers. So why not just cast them every time you can?
That's right.
All right, this is the situation we're talking about. Now you have Ice Golem Musketeer on one side, Barbarian Musketeer on the other side, and a Hog Rider.
Look at all those bodies!
And there's just so much stuff. You're going to have to use an aggressive Graveyard, but one of the Musketeers is already locked into the tower, and look, it's not going to die for so long. Finally gets zapped.
Wow.
One more shot. One more shot. Come on, Musketeer. Lock on. Lock on. Kill it. Lock on. Oh.
We're just going to have to log it.
You know, 10 seconds, he puts the Three Musketeers down as well, and it's up to, I don't think, 1,500 damage in 4 seconds is not going to happen right now for MiddleSky, and that is going to be Brian RT picking up a game here in the finals.
Unless something really crazy happens.
Playing it about as cautious as you can play.
Look at that. Look at that. Oh, this thing.
And the Hog does it.
There it is. Hog going in. Graveyard.
Has a 0 attack speed. As soon as they come within range, they fire. Spear Goblins do that as well, a few other cards.
There we go, Graveyard Giant. We've seen it. Three Musketeers, though, two of the three. Pretty good defending, it looks like. Quick enough attack speed.
Gonna use the log to push the Giant off the tower, make sure that the Musketeers shoot down a few more skeletons before they lock onto the Giant. And I think that was a relatively good defense, but MiddleSky still has so difficult for the Hog Rider to do a big counter push because all the elixir that MiddleSky would spend to defend the Hog Rider converts to the lower health tower, and that's kind of playing into MiddleSky's hand. So I think Brian RT is in a tough spot right now.
Yeah, between the Furnace and the Archers, that's pretty tough to get your Barb Hut down. You really want the Barb Hut matched up against something like you want the Giant to be the first thing those Barbs interact with. Oh, that's a great log, hitting 2 Barbs and 2 Musketeers.
Oh, wow. So we didn't get to see Tornado tonight because it came out just a little too late. But would a time like now be an ideal situation when there are all those little
Look at
bodies?
that. Yeah, you'd love to Tornado that right there. Actually, Tornado is, I think, will be a decent replacement for Log depending on the kind of deck you're running and what you're thinking to play. And we know how popular Log and Zap are. Could be that.
Here's a big
Riverketeers.
Nice push, but I think he might have wanted... Oh, actually, did the Skeleton Army get dropped? There's a lot of dead elixir there. I think he got it the instant that it was actually dropped.
Was perfectly timed there. 2 Musketeers going to make it in.
Are you kidding me?
Backing him up. Yeah, no, it was... The log came in and all of a sudden
it's still shooting.
Explosion of elixir.
Wow.
The next Log plus Zap will do it.
Oh, the
Firefire's getting the Hog Rider in there.
Brian RT picking it up. He gets...
Yep. And because, you're right.
He doesn't even need to jump it. No
So-
need for no hog push.
How much does a Sparky cost?
6.
Okay.
Yeah, you haven't unlocked it yet. That's right. You've only got the
Nope,
one
I
legendary.
have not.
Costs 6. Big long wind-up time, but it does the most damage in the game in a single shot, and it does the splash damage.
And your fun fact, more damage than health.
It is the only troop that does more damage than its own health.
That's right. That's right.
Oh my god, this is a lot of stuff. Ice Golem is so good. Just the fact that he dropped that Ice Golem saved them probably thousands of damage.
The Furnace does come down in time. It looks like he wasn't aggressive enough with that. I like the Ice Spirit on the Mega Minion, though. Buys him a
what
little
a
bit of time.
fireball!
Oh, but it's not enough. He needed the Zap there in order to kill the Mega Minion to let the Hog Rider lock on.
It's a little late there. Giant now on the other side. Giant Graveyard.
Ooh, the Knight is fighting valiantly against the Graveyard Army. Look at how many skeletons he's fighting off.
Mega Minion joins in. He's going to be going down there. A little bit of damage going on the tower. 5 seconds. It looks like we're going to be going into overtime. But with that MiddleSky, now actually is in the lead as far as having the lowest health tower.
Correct. It's tough,
huge.
yeah. I mean, definitely Brian RT has done more aggregate damage, but which hit point matters the most?
The final one.
That's right. This single archer, the lone archer, feels lonely.
Man, these consistent Graveyard drops, and I think Brian RT needs to shake out of this line of play. I don't see this going very well for him at all. He's defending relatively well, but look at how much tiny bits of damage the Graveyard is getting at a time.
So much damage.
Yeah. Yeah, that was much more effective than the first time around, and I think it just came down to the fact that the skeletons spawned on the right side more often than the left side at that time.
Yeah, I really disagree with him using the zap on offense over and over again. He's not really getting value with the offensive zaps, and it's leaving him wide open to the skeleton armies and the graveyard. This deck has skeleton army and graveyard in it. You can't just be throwing zaps away on archers. Who cares, right?
Third is coming down, tried to pre-fireball, but hits nothing, and that might be the nail in the coffin because graveyard is about to come down here.
Right. And actually, and his Ice Golem's also being used on offense. A little tough.
Yep, has to play the knight.
Here we go, graveyard.
No, there's no knight.
This is Chip.
There's the Ice Golem, but probably on the wrong side.
Oh no, this might be it. Looks like
no,
they're not doing enough.
Oh,
I don't even know if that zap hit anything.
Oh, but the archer is going to do it here. Doink!
Oh, the final shot from the archer, MiddleSky.
Like he played in the last round, has to play this Inferno Tower Hog deck. The downside is that Inferno Tower is kind of a dead card in a deck with Princess, Miner, and Goblin Barrel. He's really attacking from every angle except across the bridge.
Good Miner defense to start out, and that's a good thing to watch. MiddleSky really wants to get any single little bit of damage that he can. Just a single stab here, a single stab there, and he wants to start early. Fireball for the Princess plus Zap for the Goblin Barrel means that I think that MiddleSky would want to cycle into Minion Horde Miner, and I think that might be the next two cards he plays.
Now, I do actually have a question for you guys. It looks like we have a little bit of downtime here. Talking about Sparky, the more health for the damage. Do Fire Spirits also make that cut? Do they do technically more damage?
I guess you're right, yeah. The Suicide Troops do.
The Suicide
Yeah,
Troops.
you're right. I'll give you that one. Skeletons do the exact same amount of damage as they have health.
Okay, fun fact.
If you die, I don't think it counts.
Wow, wow.
Oh.
He's really going for a big
it's coming
punish.
in. Oh, good fireball. That might have saved that. I mean, not might have. That 100% saved the tower.
It was going down. All right.
It was a big swing, and I think MiddleSky might not have the elixir to defend this push. The Inferno Tower has to go for the Ice Golem, and now the Inferno Tower is slowed down. The Knight is already up. There's not a second Crown Tower shooting at the Inferno Tower. Skeleton Army is going to be the choice, and I think they will be able to clean up, but there's a zap. That means Goblin Barrel is available, and Miner is definitely
Knight gonna get a swing.
Knight's helping out.
Look at that, 2 swings, 3 swings. Wow, Knight. Every single hit getting Brian RT close to $2,000.
You're right. This is the critical game 5. I mean, neither of these players have played in a game this high stakes. Game 5, $2,000 and an invite to the arena battles on the line. Every single mistake is going to resonate in their nightmares for the rest of the weekend.
Until next time, Brian RT fireballing, missing one of the goblins with the Goblin Barrel.
Perfect Ice Call. I mean, that was exactly the distance you wanted it to be, right? Oh no, I don't think it's gonna make the tower though.
MiddleSky is having to play a lot of defense, is trying to put together. Fireball is cycled. Fireball is cycled. I believe he will be able to use it, but he's trying to force Brian RT to make a decision. He's not going to spend the Fireball at all. And here comes a counter push. There's no Skeleton Army to defend. He has to rely on the Ice Spirit.
Minion. Fireball's here.
But I don't think it's going to be in time. This is one of the benefits of being in Horde defensively. It does so much damage so quickly.
Oh, that's right.
You're not worried about it. Ooh, great. His Miner was not predicted perfectly. Now the Ice Golem's going to push it away and retarget it.
Oh, wow.
Inferno Tower? No, going to use Skeleton Army. And Zap was used defensively, so it can't be used aggressively.
Fireball misses.
That's actually really dangerous because he used Zap and Fireball. This and double Elixir means that the cycle can go really quick.
Sure. Interesting enough, we are now into overtime. The next tower that goes down will decide our winner.
He's got it again.
A lot lower.
You can zap him.
Wow.
The Ice Golem explosion plus a zap kills Minion Horde.
Oh, but the Zap is used. What do you Fireball? The Skeleton Army in front with the Goblins in the back. But MiddleSky is splitting so much damage right now. It's really hurting.
Yeah.
Miner played successfully, but he needs to play defense. Not enough elixir for the Inferno Tower. Just barely in time. But that Inferno Tower will not hold. Has to play the Skeleton Army, and if Brian RT had the read,
there's the zap. This Hog Rider's getting.
That really just saved him. He has one more opportunity. Zap Fireball, I don't think is quite enough to take it down.
Short, yeah.
So this is all down to one opportunity.
So if you're MiddleSky, you are not going to want to let Brian RT
This
have
is
any
so
Oh my God,
dangerous.
that's so close.
This is so dangerous. He's trying to set up for it.
Look at this
but
go!
it's not
The Miner keeps hitting. Fireball goes through.
And the tower, it's not
The
there.
Princess has to shoot through the Inferno Tower.
Oh, the Goblin Barrel's
He's
gonna
going to do it. He gives the wall. Looks like MiddleSky is going to take it.
Then the Ice Spirit is right there.
So close, but the last HP hit point matters. Congratulations
Ice
to
Spirit was
MiddleSky.
this far away from the tower. And Ice Spirit's jump.
Yeah, that's true.
leap.
They don't even make it. He sees
She
a jump.
was mid.
Oh
just
my
about to
gosh.
jump.
Coming down to it.
Rumham.
Brian RT ain't sleeping tonight.
And
that sucks. I feel for you, buddy.
Yeah.
I lost the 11th game of the 12th game of a challenge, a grand challenge. The opponent had 7 health, and I seriously paced around the apartment.
You're like,
the rest of the day.
let's go. Hey,
And that had not $10,000 on the
We were
$2,000
not worried at all, Rumham.
Yeah,
That's right. Actually, 100% correct. We knew from the start the Goblin Barrel deck was going to get it.
let's go to the replay.
That's right, Rainey.
Let's go to the replay.
We retain
Stop
our-
talking about your predictions. Congratulations.
Well,
You're right.
good thing we don't have to comment.
That's also true.
Yeah, that's true.
We actually planned that.
That's true. Look at Graveyard. Oh my God.
So
this card
good.
has been so impressive ever since its release. I'm hoping that Tornado makes kind of a similar appearance in that players really start embracing it and playing it. And I hope that on Sunday we see some very creative use of those new cards. I love it when new cards are put into the game and really employed in a very strong manner. Excellent.
Wow. So this Graveyard, we saw this in the one game where Brian RT was trying to defend with Knight and Mega Minion as much as possible, and it just wasn't enough. Like, damage was getting through on every single push, and he just kept doing it until finally it got low enough for MiddleSky to finish it off with a combination of spells and supporting troops.
Watch the Ice Spirit.
Oh
Watch the
my
Ice Spirit
gosh.
on the
Yeah.
bottom right. Take a look at this Ice Spirit. There's 4 health on the tower.
Run, I feel run.
There it is.
This is
Let me
Watch
tell
it
you.
run.
This is Now, this is exactly why, guys. Clearly, we all know what the answer is. You need rage. That rage Ice Spirit would have made it, and boom, game over. No, but Brian RT is not going home with nothing. He's taking home $500 that he can
Yes,
sleep on tonight.
he is.
Hopefully, maybe a little more
That
comfortably.
stuff's a big pillow.
Yeah, big pillow full
big
of money.
fancy fluffy pillow.
But congratulations to MiddleSky. Let's pull up the bracket here and Rumham Rainey walk us through the story of Coronation number 12.
Man, Barbarian Hut really made it far.
It's so good.
And it was winning.
And here's the thing, Barbarian Hut is not the reason that game lost. It was the hog fireball.
That's true.
The Barbarian Hut deck won in every round
Yeah.
and won 2 games in the finals.
So we'll see it back. you
Here's
think?
what's so crazy. You were talking about how that game is going to be so close. It comes down to every single mistake. 1 point earlier on in that match, Brian RT missed 1 goblin out of a goblin barrel with a fireball.
Yes.
He got maybe 1 or 2 extra stabs in because of that. And that could have been it. Like, that could have been the
my
entire
gosh.
game.
He even said, oops.
Yeah.
Only
He was
knew.
like, and then eventually
hurts.
that does lead to the downfall.
Okay.
Genesis claiming their first Coronation Day
Hey!
title.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Genesis. Welcome to the Clash Royale North America.
So not only is MiddleSky taking home $2,000 and a chance to move on to the Crown Duel, but he's going down in Clash Royale history.
Yeah.
It's going to be epic.
Yeah.
He's going to be on our wall.
Super epic.
Yeah.
Epic card of his face.
That would be really cool.
I think they all get legendary cards. But you're right. So not only does he get $2,000 and an invite to the arena battles, but he gets to be featured in one of the videos. We saw the Rulers of the Duelers video #1 that's on
Going
the
through all
official
4.
Clash Royale
He's
YouTube
gonna be a
channel.
star.
And
right.
yeah, you get featured. They talk about your story. They show
Little
pictures of
interview.
your life, little interviews,
Yeah.
and of course you get a chance to battle for up to $15,000 at the arena battles of the Crown Bowl.
So if you want to have a chance to get in on all of that, go to ClashRoyaleOpen.com, sign up,
Yep.
and come on out. Be here Sunday.
That's right. It is not over yet. Our next broadcast is going to be Sunday, 6 o'clock p.m. The next one then Monday, 6. Wednesday at 6. And then finally Thursday, our final one is going to be again at 8 o'clock p.m. a week from now. And all of them will be done. 4 left.
There's only think about this. There's only 4 left. There are easily more than 4 people who have made 3 top 8s.
You're right.
You know what I mean? So
Sure.
there is going to be someone left out in the cold, being a consistently high player, but just can't quite make that Coronation Day title.
Well, and that's saying if no new player comes in and all of a sudden just takes it to the top and wins again.
That's kind of what happened tonight.
Yeah.
Boy, MiddleSky's second appearance.
There it is, MiddleSky. Congratulations to you. All right, guys, before we wrap up, any final thoughts?
Man, I'm excited to see what the Tornado
Yes.
does.
Yeah.
Yep.
Come check out
That's my
Tornado,
Tornado
on Sunday.
That's good.
Is it worth mentioning about our last Coronation arena battle invite?
Oh, yeah.
I think we should talk about that because we mentioned it last time. Marcel P made it because of an invite. As it turns out, of the last winners, only Darth Jar Jar in third place was the most qualified, so he is also going to the arena battles.
That's right. If you guys missed out, Darth Jar Jar yesterday takes third place, and because of that, the first two, first and second, were not able to make it.
Yeah.
And so now Darth Jar Jar is moving on, so we will see him in the arena battles as well. All right, guys. Well, that'll do it for Coronation Day 12 here. On behalf of everyone at NG Studios in Burbank, California, this has been the official Supercell Clash Royale North American Open. That is Rainey and Rumham.
I'm Ella.
I'm not sick.
The most
That's true.
ridiculous night.
Thank you for not being sick.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.